Did our new mastermind series class, which is going to be June 5th at 4:30 Eastern. This is how to grow your small account part 2. You do not have to watch the first one to have the second one, but I highly recommend it because it is the basis and the foundation leading into part 2, which was how to grow your small account. It was $199 if you were able to buy that before the class. It's almost 2 hours. But it is a full 90-minute class with Q&A. You guys will be able to rewatch that as much as you want. If you did buy the first one, there is a discount code that you guys can use. I can't just blurt it out because it's only if you bought the first one. So head over to our Discord, look at the channel that is for the replay of that video, and you guys will see the actual discount code that is listed inside of there. You can find it in our store if you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Make sure you have a journal, electronic or handwritten, some sort of handwritten journal though. I'm telling you that's going to help you much more than trying to put this in an Excel spreadsheet. We want to put down the psychology of what you were doing in the trading. Was it good? Was it bad? What could you have done better? Did you get in at the right time? Did you shed? Which technique did you use? Why did you do it? You know, you want to hold yourself accountable every single day and journal. If you're a new trader, do not use real money. You should be simulating only using simulated cash. You can use Webull, TradingView. There's some other ones that allow you to use simulated cash. Do not use real money when you come in here. That is not what you should be doing. You should not be blowing up your accounts. Do not try to learn from real money. That is not going to help you. So please don't do that.
Training, okay? Because we train and we train hard so that when it's time to actually trade, we know what the hell we're doing.
You have now stumbled into AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we trade shares and options. I will show you about swing trading, long-term trading, dividend stocks, high-yield income stocks, covered calls, cash secure puts, diagonal and credit spreads, debit spreads. I will teach you everything there is to know about the entire market. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I can't believe I get paid to help all of you get paid. This is such a wild thing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I'm your host, J&J Video Reacts, and this has been a stream that was created by traders for traders to basically just kick back, relax, have fun, train, and talk about their day trading in the stock market, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we are a group comprised of all different types of people, very diverse group. And most of us, believe it or not, have never traded a day in our lives. And then we have those that have been trading for years. The person who owns American Dream Trading and who is our group leader and mentor and trainer is Chad W. Christian, who is a 30-year stock market vet. And he has pretty much traded in every market condition imaginable. You name it, SARS, Rona, you know, the dot-com boom, everything, the housing shortage, everything, all, Desert Storm, you name it, he's traded through it. And the cool thing is he trains us to trade in adverse conditions. We are trained to trade in every condition imaginable. It doesn't matter whether the stock's going up or it's going down, we can trade it. And that's because we've been trained to be actual traders and not freaking call-out chasers. What's the point of chasing call-outs? Because at the end of the day, all you've done is you've been handed a fish. You don't know where that fish came from, how it was made, how to get it for yourself. And we're taught to fish for ourselves. So thank you once again, Coach, for being an amazing coach and being an amazing person and mentor. And thank you for creating American Dream Trading and such an amazingly awesome community, because we truly have become a family. So thank you once again, and I love you. Um, let's see. There are 3 links located in the description of the video as well as the live chat here. And that is that of none other than AmericanDreamTrading.com. That is where you will go to get $500 off of any VIP membership that you sign up for. And we've got 3 of them. We've got the basic VIP, we've got VIP Gold, and then the combination of the 2, which is the VIP Gold Complete. And what you would do is with the VIP, you would get things like hot stock picks, trading view indicators. You'll get monthly workshop classes. Every morning, a stellar masterclass with coach. It's very one-on-one intimate style training. And you don't get that with any other any other guru out there. So shout out to Coach for providing that for us. And if you get the VIP Gold, he adds to it weekend training. Okay. Not monthly, but mastermind classes, which happen every couple of months. As a matter of fact, we just did How to Grow Your Small Account Part 1 back in March, and he's doing How to Grow Your Small Account Part 2 in June. So it's going to be amazing. You can purchase those a la carte on the AmericanDream.com website. Just go right over there. You don't need to be a member to purchase those. And you can get firsthand what we get. You can see why Coach has created 11 millionaires and why over 75 people have managed to retire off of his teachings and strategies. So you judge for yourself. The cool thing is you can get a lot of stuff free right here on YouTube. If you want to get a taste of American Dream Trading, go through the YouTube plethora of videos that are there. Everybody has their own way of trading. Well, we trade Coach's way. And if you want to know how that is, you can go look through the videos. We do support and resistance. We do his customized 2-minute EWO strategy, which no other trader out there is doing. And we are really taught how to hone in on the entry with that trade and hang on to winning trades. So you tell me if it's worth it. I am a part of it and I make money every day. So I know firsthand, I'm telling you, it is well worth it. So you should join yesterday. The second link is the link to join the panel. Remember I told you earlier in the show that you can come up here, you can join the panel, and you can talk about your day trading in the stock market. Well, that's how you're going to do it. Click the Restream link, follow the prompts. If you're on your phone, hit the Safari, and if you're on your computer, hit Chrome. And you can come on up here and talk about your day. We have the trading view indicators right here, so we can pick apart any trade and dissect it, and see where you went wrong if you lost money. If you made money, share it with the group. Brag a little bit. Let's figure out how you did it. Which one of Coach's strategies or all of them did you use to make the money? All right. Or which rules did you break if you didn't? So I'm telling you, it is amazingly awesome over here. So do we have anybody that's going to join the panel with me tonight? I know Mark McSee has been tied up with his project. You guys that are inside know what that is. So Mark, we miss you, buddy. I thought Ralph might come up here with me, but it doesn't look like he's making it. But hey, guys, listen, we can hang out for a little bit. If nobody wants to come on the panel, I get it. Everybody's shy, and you've got to come up here with your camera on. And if you're scared, say scared. Okay. I mean, you got to come up with your camera on, and you've also got to respect the fellow panel members. That's the only requirements. So I know we're still waiting for a lot of people to probably head on over here. So right now we'll just go ahead and see who is down there. Did my phone cool off? My phone was hot, guys. Man, Restream. Woo! Restream heats your phone up. There we go. Hey, Ralph.
I am here.
What's
I'm just
up,
a
Ralph?
little late. I said I am here. I'm just a little late. I ain't know it was 3:30 yet. I wasn't expecting, for it to start this early. What y'all doing?
Today flew.
Yeah. So Mark, he said he still moving flowers or something.
I know.
Not flowers. He moving like a rock bed or something for.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah. So
he sent me. Yeah. I'm like, wow, the wife is putting him to work. Okay.
Right. So he work. Yeah. So he working. So he said he wasn't gonna be here.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
appreciate you coming here. Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you.
I told him I'd come up here and kick it with you. But
Oh, cool. That works.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just sitting here shooting the shit, talking about the topic that you suggested. I'm going to give full credit where credit is due. The topic today was Ralph's idea. So I was,
Oh, the
you know,
overtrading.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Here we go.
that it kills you. It do. Well, it
It
kills
really
me. I don't
does.
know about anybody else, but that
There's the
shit.
thumbnail for it right there, brother. That's all you. Are you over trading?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it.
Nah, I think the last thing I heard was Hudson. I seen him in the chat just now, and he was just like,
Hey, Hudson.
he had a green day, right? Yeah, yeah, green day, yeah. So he
After
was just like,
Friday, that's awesome.
yeah, good job, Hudson. He was like he was waiting on spot to pour down or something like that. Anyway, he had a green day, right? But most of the time it usually be like the opposite of that, right? So you'll be in a green day, take another trade, and then it's probably a trade that you shouldn't have been in, and then that thing just turns your green day to a damn red day. You know what I mean? And it's just
Don't you
like,
hate that?
yeah, and it's just like, man, how many trades I just took? What if I would have just stopped early? Like, because when I mean like go to a red day, not like a red day, or you have a really good green day and then you end up giving the profits back from over trading. That's just plain and simple. Like once you take a couple of trades and you get up and you say like if you got buying power left, you be like, okay, I'm gonna grab a couple more contracts or whatever, and then next thing you know, it just ends up eating away to your profits. It's just I
It
do it
ha-
all the time.
it happens
Yeah,
all
I
too
do it all
frequently.
the time.
It happens
Yeah.
all too frequently. And I heard a gentleman on the Zoom call talking this afternoon, and he was saying that, that was one of the things that he was struggling with. And personally that I have struggled with that in the past is, holding on too long to a trade that has already agreed to pay you money.
Mm-hmm.
A trade that was already green, and for whatever reason, whether it be fear of, well, I don't have any more buying power, so let me get the most that I can, or greed of just wanting to get more and more and more, which again, to me, this is my personal opinion. They're like one and the same. Greed and fear,
Mm-hmm.
FOMO, it's all one and the same because you act the same no matter whether you're scared or whether you're greedy. You hesitate. Fear
Right.
causes you to hesitate. Greed causes you to hesitate and not get out when you should. You
Mm-hmm.
know, fear keeps you from getting in a lot of times.
Yep.
Even when you see a perfect entry, remember Mustang Chris was up here for a couple weeks, not being able to trade because he was scared to get in a trade. He could give you every piece of technical analysis there was, but would not get in the trade until he finally broke down that fear barrier and started going in, and he got paid.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. And it also make you get in too early, right? You be like,
yeah,
you don't want to miss the move. You know what I'm saying? Like you be
and
like,
jump the gun.
you be like, I don't want to miss out on this move. And then I believe the over trading, right?
Yeah,
Most of the time it be like what you just said. You stand in the trade, and the move done happened already. Or you have a good trade, and then everything go up, and then what usually happens, like usually the trend will go up, and then it'll start like a doing that or whatever, and then you'll see it turn back up like that, and you be like, oh, I could go and get some more. It's just the day is over with, but you still
yeah,
trying to
man. You
go
think it's got
in.
more to give?
Yeah, yeah,
You think it's got more to give? It just showed you
yeah.
$25 or $35 or $3,500,
Hmm.
$350, and for whatever reason you chose not to take it and hang on for more, and it's all of a sudden knife drops on you and takes not only the 350, but it takes 350 more. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Of your money. Now it's like, okay, you
exactly.
didn't want my money, I'll take your money. How about that? Will that work for you? And so many
So
people get caught up on that.
one thing that I've been trying to do, Dawn, to combat it for me, right? And
Yeah.
if you knew this ain't really this ain't for a new. This is what I've been doing, right? So instead of me just, you know, taking small trades or going back in after my buying power comes back, right? I get out of the trade and I got the buying power right back, and that's how overtrading starts, right? So it's
Yeah.
easier to combat if you trade in the stock market because once you trade and use up those funds, they gone for the day, right? So a lot of
Right.
people be like, "Oh, if I can trade more, if I had the big
Margin.
margin account, yeah, that don't feed into that, right? Because okay, like what if I can just turn it on right now? You don't have to have 25, but you can just go back to back to back. I'm gonna just right now that's not it, right?
Yeah.
So what I've
People would
been
be more
doing,
reckless with that.
yes,
Unless you're
that's what I was
disciplined.
doing.
Not everybody. If you have the discipline, some people can do it. But
Yes, that's what I was doing. I just go right back. So instead of doing that, I say, okay, well, instead of taking trades, that's my regular size. I kind of sized it up but less trades, right? So instead, how they got a 3 to 5 trades, I just
yeah.
pick like 2 trades, and I'm going in and size it still to where I'm within like 3% if it come back on me. So I usually risk like 1% on each trade. So I bumped it up to like 2%, but 2 trades, right? So I'm gonna get out before price hit my stop loss. Anyway, I was like, I rarely get my stops hit. So, but the reason why I did that is because it's going heavier, but it's
Yeah.
simple. The funds are tied up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Right.
now I can't trade because if you risk like 1% on your stop,
So you
you
saying you're
can't risk.
purposely using all your buying power so you can't overtrade?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
I've
yes.
done
That
that
way I can
before.
only
I've done that.
that way I can only damn have this 1 or 2 trades because if I try to be like, okay, well I'm gonna get this so, okay, say if it was contracts and not forex, right? So you got
Yeah.
enough buying power where you can get like 2, 3 contracts here, 2, 3 contracts. That's too many trades. You know what I'm saying? Get a better
Yeah.
contract that costs more and just go with the 1 or 2 trades, right? I'm not a scalper and all that in and out. That's not for me. You know what I mean? Like I do save room for like if the trend change and I was wrong and I got to flip the direction that I save room for that, right? But
Trading them too,
yeah, I try to keep it.
just in case yours
Yeah,
ends
that way.
prematurely or
Yeah, you
you
get
know
it
what I
wrong
mean?
sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You know.
That's a good idea. You know what I mean? I like that because it allows you to limit what you're doing because the first thing the coach says is all trades are risky.
Hmm.
So the more you trade, the more risk you're taking. Now, you
Yes,
can minimize the risk, yeah, by putting a stop loss in for what you're willing to lose and what you're comfortable losing, and that's it. But, why even lose anything? If
exactly.
you've made a couple dollars for the day or you've got in and you manage to catch a runner, why go for more? You
Hmm.
know, because all you're doing is risking giving some back to the market. The market will gladly take it back off you. In fact, it's designed to take
Yes.
it off you.
And how
So,
many times you done got in a trade and it was a really good trade and you be like, damn, I should have got a couple more contracts on that one. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Listen,
Even
look,
when you
Nate
have the,
today, MSTR.
oh
Nate was
yeah,
like, man, because he's expressed to everybody that he wants to try to do his whole account or try to go really, really big on one and use his whole account. And I think
hmm
that might have been his runner. But the cool thing is the market's here every day. So
hmm that's it.
he'll have that opportunity again.
So I want to be clear. I'm not telling people to go heavier. What I'm telling people to do is instead of taking a whole bunch of trades that's kind of like not really they like 3 star and 2 star trades because there's
Filler
nothing wrong with that. You
trades
know what I mean? Yeah, just wait and
just to be
wait into the
trading.
yes, wait into the real setup. So if I do it like that, when I'm narrowing it down, now I gotta have a good setup. Like I really have to be this trade really got to show me that it's going somewhere in order for me to get in because
You know who
I don't
else?
want to
Eric
have more.
Smoto. Eric
Yeah, I don't
Smoto
want to
says that
have
a
that
lot.
many trades. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, the more you go in, you be like, okay, this right here, that's the EVO setup. That's a setup. You be like, well, I'm gonna just get in with a Danny toe and see what
Yep.
happens. You know, I'm gonna
Dude,
just
I
get in. I
remember
don't want to
before
miss it.
Eric started blowing up,
Hmm.
he I remember him getting on the horn one day and talking about the fact that, he doesn't really like to risk more than about $400 at a time. That was when
Hmm.
that to me is a large account because I can't trade with that much at one time at this point in time. But
Right.
Eric, that was big then, and this was just
Mm-hmm.
a year ago. And
Yeah.
I remember him saying, "I'm not going to waste $400 on a trade that's iffy.
Yes,
It's
I
got to
remember
be
that.
a good." Remember that? He's like, "It's
Yeah.
got to be a really good setup." So that means you have to learn how to be patient and wait for the proper setups. Don't just go jumping into anything with what you got, because if it doesn't pan out, then what? When you
Yeah.
could have
And then
just
you know
waited.
use up your buying power. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And,
Yes.
or if you do have the buying power, and you're just gonna end up closing that trade and taking another trade, and so that's just gonna lead to the over trading again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to narrow it down. Like, trying to take too many setups, trying to get on every little setup, or okay, I'm gonna get out right here and get in. No, just get in the trade, give it enough room to breathe, and let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Because
How many people do you think actually plan their trades out? Because I know Nate talks about that a lot. Like when he was first starting, he would sit there and he would plan out. He would look and see where his support level was on the L2,
hmm
and he would pick where to get in,
yeah,
and then he would look to the red side and see what the resistance level was. And he's like, "Oh, okay, this is a 20-cent move." So he would sit there and plan out how much money he wanted to make with that
hmm
20-cent move, and that would tell him how much he needed to put down to get in this trade, depending
hmm
on how much he wanted to make out of it. So he
yeah,
made sure he got in as low as possible so that he could get that full move and put in that many shares to get that amount of money that equated to that 20-cent gain. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
I'm like, that's brilliant, because you can basically write your own ticket like that, you
hmm
know? And he said
And
something this morning that like almost 90% of trades, when you wait in the weeds, they pan out.
yep, that's what I was just about to say. When you're waiting in the weeds, you really
Yeah.
have no choice but to do that, because you're gonna have to be waiting for it to come down and get you anyway. So you have a lot of time to think about it, right? So if
Yeah.
we just see the setup and then just get in, which that could be the case, because you could just be there, and then as soon as the market open, boom, you see the setup, you got to move. Like, good traders got to know whenever they see the setup, it's time to react without hesitation, and you got to know whenever it's time to be patient and wait on the setup to come to you, right?
Right.
And that's one of the things that at first I used to be hesitant to get in trades, and then jumping earlier, that can kill you too, because it can be a fake out. 90% of the breakouts are fake outs, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You sent me
saying?
a
So
video about that. That rhyme,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
for
But
real,
you sent me a
90%
video
of
about
them.
that. I remember that. That was a good one.
Yeah, 90% of breakouts are fake outs. I'm telling you, they just act like they were gonna go out, and then next thing you know, it just never pans out, right? So I started doing that. I stopped chasing breakouts. Then another thing that can help you out is narrowing it down to just only a handful of stocks. Not,
Yeah.
I believe, not planning out trades that comes with call out chasing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you hear a call out, you see it, it's already running. You don't know nothing about the stock, but then you jump in. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, like, now they have traders that's good at that. They have traders that just, you listen to the call out, and then boom, you just get in, and that's it, But yeah, that don't work for me. Just let you know right now.
Did you play something
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, I traded Euro USD and Euro Yen. Two trades. That's
Okay.
all I took. Well, I traded them two times. So I traded them I entered the trade around the Tokyo session. And at first it started going against me. Then I waited on them. I gave them like a while to stop. And then they finally fell down. I went to sleep and I woke up. I just knew I was stopped out, but they were still moving down, and they started to come back up. So I closed them, and then once SPY came on back up and got above VWAP, I got back in, but they didn't really pan out. They just, I
So
guess,
you
SPY
shorted them?
just went. Yeah, well, yeah, the trend was down. Yep. Yeah.
Or
So,
there's a way you can play down.
well, yeah, forex you could just sell. So it's basically just like shares. You sell short or buy long. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you
For
could
those of
trade
you
it.
that are unfamiliar with Ralph's vernacular up here, he trades forex a lot. So that's where he
Right. But you know, it's no different than shares. It's no
but you're
different than
just
shares.
trading currency.
Yeah. 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 No different than shares. It's just like you
Do
just
you find
selling
that
about it.
easier? Because it doesn't,
Mm,
I would imagine it would be a little bit easier because it doesn't really involve company fundamentals and financials and all that. Maybe
well,
you
no,
have to know the history of that
no,
currency.
yeah, the fundamentals, yeah, they. Well, I guess it's more like you got to worry about economies. So it's more economies and not one company. Yeah, so they got
Right.
heavy fundamentals. I wouldn't say that it's easier than stocks. No,
Okay.
stock market is it ain't easy. You know, then I don't know nothing else that pay more than options. So you know what I'm saying? That's just
Yeah.
something that I like. So yeah, yeah,
Nice. I
yeah.
I pulled up Trading View over here. Let's see. Let me get my lines off of
You
here.
traded today?
I did. I traded M MLCE, I think it was. I got like 5 shares of that. And
MLCE.
I think
Okay.
that was what it was. And I got in at what was that? $2, I believe, in 37 cents. And I think I got out at 2.79
Hmm.
because it dropped for a little bit, but then it shot back up. And it took a couple hours. I mean, I got into that like at about 4:30 in the morning, and I didn't get out of it till about 6:30. I had finished my
Damn.
workout and everything. Yeah, because it kept going up, down, up, down, up, down, and still didn't reach where I had gotten in at. But it didn't go
Yeah.
down that low. But I mean, I was like, damn, what is going on with this stock? And for some reason, it just decided to shoot up at like 6:30, and I think it shot up again like maybe around 10
7
o'clock.
o'clock. No, 7.
Yeah, something like that.
I know
Uh,
they usually come back at 7 o'clock.
Actually, it was 7 when I got out. It
Telling
wasn't
you.
6:30. It was 7 because it
7.
had a nice little run. Yep.
Hey, that's one thing. Food for thought. If you trade in the mornings, and you know what I'm saying, if you know it go against a little bit against you, you know, you just waiting. Shit, 7 o'clock is the truth. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes. Volume sweep.
Something is gonna happen at 7 o'clock. I'm telling you right now. Just give it a little time, and you know you ain't got no stop loss, so you're gonna have to keep an eye on it.
It's like a it's like a pre-market shift change, if you will.
Yeah, I'm telling you that volume comes in, but that all comes with being light. I wouldn't be holding it if I had a heavy one. I'd go on and get out. But if you in and you know properly sized, you can just wait till 7 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock, I ain't saying it's gonna go up every time because that thing have been known to drop at 7.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
I've been in a couple where that's happened. It's like, what the hell?
yeah,
Where's the volume? The volume took it the other way
yeah. Everybody came in and took profits. That's
and
what that was.
sold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang, that thing right
Uh,
there look like it might continue to go on up, though.
I know that's SPY. I didn't get in SPY at all. I didn't trade in the open market today. I
Oh, that's
said I
spy
was
right
gonna,
there. Okay.
yeah, I said I was just
Mm-hmm.
gonna go ahead and do the pre-market stuff and take it easy. So, you know what? This thing is up here. There we go.
Honestly, I don't
Um,
know what to say about spy. You know what I'm
Damn, look,
saying?
it's 2 moves in it today. It looks like just one put in the open,
Mm-hmm. Pull
and
up.
what time is this? Looks like about 11, quarter after 11, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that was a pretty good run. Stayed above the 9.
Yeah, it climbed today.
That was a no-brainer. Yeah, see the day I don't pay attention to it, that would have been a nice easy run. But no FOMO here because I've shut it off. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I've shut off the FOMO. Although that was two nice, easy trades, but I didn't have the buying power anyway, and that helps. So, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was a good two trades right there. If you use the
Yeah,
2 minute EWO strategy, you can see the
especially
EWO
that
right down
second one.
here.
Yeah,
Yep,
I bet you
you can
that
see
happened
the
at
EWO.
around about what, 10 or 11 o'clock. The shift
Yeah,
change time.
yep.
I think the shift change might have made it go down, and then it went. It gained and started going back up afterwards.
Yeah, because look at this. I mean, you could get fooled right here
Mm-hmm.
because it started out in a down trend and then, but what did it do pre-market? Okay, it was pretty stagnated pre-market. It ran up a little bit here and then it kind of just consolidated and steadied out. And it kind of came into the market like that. But then, to your point, like 10 something, it started going down,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yeah, this right here, this is one of those ones where, like Coach always says, sit out the first 30 minutes. All this
Yes,
crap right here, down, up. You know what I mean? This right here gets you killed. It
it
takes
do.
your buying power
Yep,
and
it
kills you for
do.
the day.
You would have got in right there if you was like
Yep.
only had a couple of trades to trade, and then next thing you know, it would have stopped you out and just been a beautiful doggone day if you would have just waited. I'm telling
Yep.
you, that open market, the open in the morning, eh, I never trade the first 30 minutes. I always wait. Because usually what happens is, Coach said all the time, if the pre-market is up, then it's gonna be a move down first, and then if the pre-market is down, it's always gonna be like a, I guess you can call it an inducement or a stop run. It's always gonna be a shakeout in the morning. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Of whatever the pre-market they come in, and then I guess they take profits from the pre-market sales. I don't know what's happened. There's a counter move before a real move happens. Put it that way.
A
Usually.
thing that we don't think about too, when it runs up, or when it runs down
Hmm.
in the pre-market and it's going down, 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 people aren't accounting for the short sellers,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. That's
And
it.
guess what they're doing when the market opens? They're buying.
They got to buy to get out. See, that's one thing that a lot of like us as stock traders, because we just mostly buy price in the stock market, right? Unless you just in some puts, we're not really short and like talking about it. So we don't ever really think about it. And then short selling is everyday business, right? But
Yeah.
to short a company, it's kind of like a lot of people don't do it. But if it's an index like SPY, they doing it, all right. They doing that definitely, like definitely,
Yeah.
right. So, but the point that I'm trying to make is, you're right. Whenever they sell short, in order to get out of the trade, they got to buy, and that's a buy order, right? And
So
so,
come out by the bell, those short sellers are going to be buying it up because they're
yes,
trying to get out of their positions. On top of that, they're going to induce retail traders to, hey, it's going up. Let's
mm-hmm,
buy in because they're buying on support. Those that
yep,
know what they're doing. So everybody is driving the price up if it went down, and the opposite's happening when it goes up in the pre-market. Usually, it takes a dip,
yep.
you know.
Then
But
whenever it get down, like say, okay, like say if it's coming down, right? It's a went down and it's a went up. Then when they get ready to come down again, and it forms like a double bottom, right?
yep,
Um, if I'm in a trade, I'm not gonna take a chance, right? I'm gonna go on and get out right there, or save half of my position, or it come down and it forms the double bottom, right, or the double top. Most
yeah.
people gonna protect their trades or push up their stop. That's why usually, that's one of Coach's favorite trades is a double top reversal. Like you can see it.
Yep.
That's not a double top right there, but it's something similar. It's similar. That's actually just like a cup and handle with the above the neckline, right? But as soon as it got
Mhm.
up there on that resistance, it reversed. Like some of them traders, and we hear it all the time when Mark he get frustrated, right?
Mhm.
Mark be like trash. Mark be like, why y'all so scared? If it's a wall there, why take a chance, especially if you're on the green? That's
We
how I
got a
look
double
at it.
bottom right here.
Yeah. So most of
Look
the
at that.
time, if they
These two.
trading, yep, right there, that double bottom. If they trading and they got in at the top up there where that channel turned the price at, and they short selling, they're gonna go on and get out right there. When they get out, that makes the price breathe back because that's buy orders. And I mean, whether they got stopped out or they closed the trade themselves, it still was a buy order. And most traders you can be like, look, I'm gonna just ride it from here to there, and that's it. you
Yeah.
know, you know,
Yep.
like I'm going to the resistance or if they trading them pre-market stocks, they trade the L2. I'm getting out before the wall. But
Mm-hmm.
if price moving to that wall real fast, what you'll see,
Yeah.
dog, you'll see them taking it out. Like they'll start moving their orders up. Like
Yeah. If it moves to the wall real fast, they'll start breaking it down. You know what I
hmm
mean? Or
yeah,
pulling them out and moving it down. It's like, okay, wait a minute, hold up. I might be able to get a little bit more for this. Let me pull this out and go further
yeah,
down, you
yep,
know? So they do it all the time. Or vice versa. It's like, damn, they're not trying to buy here. Let me pull it out and go even lower and see if
hmm
I can't pick up some people. You know what I mean? I don't want to sell it for what they want to pay for it, but I will move it a little bit closer to that price. See if
right,
I can't get some takers. You know what I mean? And then
yep,
they'll end up driving the price up doing that because then there'll be some buyers over there that's like, okay, they don't seem like they're coming down, but they did come down a little bit. I can do that. And then they'll go buy that. Next thing you know, the price starts going up to match the sellers what they're asking for it because they done induce the buyers to pay a little bit more. And all that does is then starts the ball rolling. Oh, he paid
yep,
more? Okay. I'll pay more. I'll pay more. And it starts going up and up and up. People get so confused, Ralph, when the red side is active and the price is going up. They're like, but that's sellers. How's the price going up? It's because they induce the buyers to pay more.
yeah,
So
yep,
they'll start driving the price up. Well, why is the price going down where all I see is buying activity? Well, that's because
hmm
the buyers didn't want to pay what the sellers wanted for it. So they induced the sellers to lower their price so they would buy in at a lower
yep,
price. And that brought the price down. So people, it's like they get that stuck in their head. Green means up and red means down. Not always.
you're
If you
right,
look at the
dog.
L2, it'll show you the other way around.
You're
Sometimes
absolutely
green
right.
means down, and
And
red
then, and,
means
and then just because they buying don't mean that they entering the trade. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Same thing,
right.
like because at first I used to be like, I used to think like, okay, waiting in the weeds. Okay, this stock is just going down. Like, why in the hell if the stock is going down, like why they got such a large order for the price down there? Like, like what? Why would somebody logically want to buy right here that low, and what would make the price go down that low? That's what I used to wonder, like, they got to be out of their mind. It's already, this thing just been falling, and like, why would somebody want to have a big order right there? It didn't never dawn on me that somebody sold the price from up there, and their orders for them to exit their trade.
Yeah,
No matter
and
what,
then
no matter if it's the exit the trade or they buying or not, it don't matter. The order get filled, it's gonna push the price back up. You know.
yep,
So I don't even look at it
absolutely.
like that. It's all that's there is gonna make it go there. It really don't matter if it's somebody entering or exit. If the order is there, it's gonna repel the price, or they're gonna be moving it and driving it. And I
How
guess
many
in the
times were
morning,
we in the
go ahead.
pre-market and saw phantoms put fake orders
Yeah,
in there?
yeah, and they moving them down and stuff. Yeah, and
Yeah,
look,
they create magnets.
yeah, that's what I was just about to say, though. It's like this shit magnetizes, right?
Yep.
Because I never really understood the pre-market. I guess somebody got to put it in the price of the bid and the ask. Because, all right, so our price moves, right? So
Mm-hmm.
limit orders, okay? That's all you got in the pre-market. So I got a full understanding of how price moves during regular market hours, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so market order. That means that I want mine and I want it now. I'm talking about JG
Right.
Whitworth.
I don't
I
care
want
how
my
much it
money and I
costs.
want it now. I don't
Yeah.
care if I got to pay $20, 30, I want to feel, right? Aggressive buying. So if I go in with a heavy market order, it starts to, go up the L2 and buy all the levels until I get a feel on the order, right? And limit orders, they can slow the price down, but they can't make it like move, right? But
Hmm.
in the free market, like what's the clutch? That's what I want to know. like I never understood like what is the clutch? What makes it start to go? You know what I mean?
Volume.
I guess one person buy that level and then next thing you know I gotta move down. Like there's no market
Yeah,
order.
because
So
I've noticed that if you take a look at sometimes if you go look at the chart pattern and you
mm-hmm,
see where the price hit a support level before and it was a
mm-hmm,
pretty strong support level, you'll see that it becomes a legit support level in the day that you're in. So they're
mm-hmm,
like, oh, okay, it got this low before. Let me go ahead and put my order down there. I remember Nate a long time ago saying he used to do that. He used to research it and see, well, what's the lowest I could probably get this in?
mm-hmm.
And if it's buyers down there, he'll go put in an order just above them so it picks him up on the way to them. But they just
Yeah.
go look for support levels and stick their order in right where a previous support level was. And the next thing you know, it's 1,000 of them sitting there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it doesn't always mean it's going to get picked up. I've done that too. I've done that and sat there and I don't care. It was like 5,000 orders. I'm like, oh, they're going to bring it down. Yay. It never got there. Sometimes the momentum is so strong that it those orders are ignored,
Mm-hmm.
and then they end up breaking it up and going higher. So they drive the price up because they're like, okay, I've been sitting down here all day and nothing's coming to get me. Let me move it up. And that moves the price up then. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But yeah, it's nothing but buyers, trying to get a previous price and trying to stick their ground and draw a magnet down to get it at a lower price. That's all, you
I
know.
guess, I guess if that price go over the large order, right? And I mean, I'm assuming because I guess if it go over the large order, then it got to keep on going down until it
Yeah,
feels that
if it goes through the large order and it keeps going down, that's an issue.
mm-hmm,
That's something that if it's a large order there, I would get out of that. You know what I mean? Because if it starts dropping, I mean, if it drops a little bit, 10 cents, 15 cents, but if it drops like 20, 30 cents, most likely it's probably going to end up dropping $1. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, it's not worth sitting in it if it's continuing to plummet, you
especially if
know?
they ain't got no other buy order down there to make it turn back around.
Right. And you already went
Hold
low, 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 and
on,
it's going lower. What happened? Yeah, if you go lower and it's going absolutely lower than that, then that's a problem. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's one that I would get out of. I wouldn't
no
sit in
doubt.
that.
I'm not about to sit. I'm not about to sit up in there, especially if I don't see
You trying
nothing
to see
down
that
there.
thing go up as soon as you get picked up. If it's a big
Yes.
enough order down there, it should propel the stock up from that point once it's picked up. If it starts going lower, that lets you know there ain't no volume in there. Get out
Mm-hmm.
of there. They're not buying. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's orders sitting there, and they're probably pulling it out. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's another thing. The people over there on the sell side, they've already purchased because they're selling. The people on the
Mm-hmm.
buy side haven't have yet to purchase. So they're like you said, you just said that a little while ago. They're technically not in the trade until they're picked up.
Right.
So they
Yeah.
can talk a big game all they want. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've got this many shares I want to buy, or we're a group sitting here. But if it doesn't make it down to them, what's the point? You know?
Right.
But they need volume. They need volume. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Ain't no volume, it's
Volume.
definitely not getting sold. Damn,
It's just
Apple had a
you.
good day too, Ralph. Look at this.
Yeah, a lot of things had a good day. What about crypto? Crypto broke out this morning too. Wasn't that a crypto stock that Nate was the one that Nate what he missed it? Wait, no,
There's
that was
coin.
MTT. But no, it was
Yeah, I think it was
another
MTT.
What it was Monster. It's kind of expensive, but what's the other crypto?
Oh my
The
God. It
what
was
the
like
name of it?
$1,300 MSTR.
Yes, that one. That one
That's the
right
one.
there. That thing right there went crazy, didn't it?
Dude, freaking Marky Mark killed it on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I went and looked at it and I almost like literally fell out of my chair. I'm like, the stock's $1,300. It's like it made Nvidia and SMCI look like they were on the small cap stock side. I was like, damn, 1,300?
Hey, it's been rising for a long time too. It's been rising along with crypto like for days and days. Because I
What
remember
do they
whenever it was like
do?
about, I don't know. I guess I think they just buy. I don't know, Dawn. I'll be lying. I don't know what they do.
I
I
wonder if
don't know
it's
what they do.
mining.
I
It
don't know.
might be
Probably
mining.
so. Yeah, I don't know. I know it has something to do with crypto though. And I think the owner is pretty like he not an Elon Musk, but he's a big name. I know they got a big name, and that's all
Right.
I know about the company. I don't know what they do, but I know that I guess they had the Bitcoin having or whatever
The
they had it
halving?
in, yeah, whatever they've been waiting on. Like, so I mean, I guess that's why crypto was running. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would imagine everybody trying to get in on it before the halving happens.
Yeah, well, I guess it happened already. I don't know.
Or did it?
Yeah, I think it happened this weekend. I know somebody had mentioned it happened this weekend. I saw some articles. It was supposed
Okay.
to happen this weekend. Not sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't. I don't know.
He said, I don't profess to know.
Yeah, I
What's
don't know.
going on?
Crypto traders don't beat me down in the chat now. I
Speaking of the
said I
chat,
don't
what's up,
know.
James L? James L's down there. We got E2K or F2K6 down there. We got Ange. What's up, Ange? We got EJ. What's going on, honey? How you? We got Victoriano down there. What's happening? The tip jar is down there, folks. Thank you for those of you that have sent me tips. I got a couple tips this weekend, and it was much needed, much appreciated. I thank you all very much. Thank you. If you have it, throw it in there for me because this is a crazy week. DJ Vinny, what's going on? How you doing, brother? We got Bobby Fox down there. What's going on? We got Miranda. Hi, baby. Sorry, thought we were doing 5 p.m. Shit. I forgot about that. I was sorry. I was editing. I'm sorry. I get deep into that. Yeah, we've been talking about maybe pushing it to 5, you know what I mean? So
Oh, the show.
aftermarket, yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
yeah. Talking
Okay.
about pushing it to 5, maybe do
Yeah.
like 5 to 6, 6:30, because we've been ending it around 6:30 anyway. So
That's what
that
time
way
we used to do, huh? 5 o'clock.
we used to do 5:30. 5:30 we
Yeah.
used to start, but that was, I think a little on the later side. So I think 5 is a happy medium.
Yeah.
I think 5 is a happy
They
medium.
give you
So
an
yeah.
hour to get stuff together. Like if you gotta go
Yes.
take care of something right after the market start, open
Right.
or whatever.
So yeah, that's a good idea. Miranda, tomorrow we'll do that, baby. Yep, we'll start that tomorrow. Hudson, what's going on, bro? Hudson Miller said better day today. Good job, man.
I know that's
Been
right,
proud of
huh?
you. 5% Green Day total account. Night. Let's give him a
That's a good
bell.
job right there.
Yeah, man. 5% of the total account. That's nothing to sneeze at. Way to go, Hudson. Way to make up for it. Mike Clark, what's going on? We got Chicken Nugget. What's going on, Chicken Nugget?
All right,
Hopefully you
chicken
are
nugget.
still. Yeah, man. Chicken Nugget's usually in there in the morning with us, isn't he?
Yeah, he haul material. Like he's a truck driver, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got DJ Vinny. We got Hudson Victoriano. Mustang Crit. Did I talk you up or what? Did you hear your
Shout out to
name?
Mustang Chris. What have you been trading? That's what we want to know. My bad,
Said I
though.
finally popped back in. And you're talking about me again. That's so crazy, dude. It's like he knows. That is insane. How do you do that? That is crazy. We must be on the same wavelength.
Mustang Chris, you just started back trading. I mean, I know you said you was going on a break and all that, but the break is time. That time about past, huh?
Hey, Leslie. Hey, Bubbles. Diesel Dan, how you doing, my brother?
Shout out to Diesel Dave.
Diesel Dan is awesome. Darn Cricket, what's going on? Again, thank you guys for the tips this weekend. I really appreciate it. Steve, what's happening? Miguel, how are you? Miguel said, great day of price action. He said he rode the cues, baby. Down and up. Way to go. Kyle J, what's happening? How's that membership going, Kyle J? Or I think he was the recipient. Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you were the recipient of Vinny's giveaway with the mastermind class. Steve Ken down there, what's going on? Mi casa es su casa, what's going on? Mi casa es su casa real estate. We've got Mafia 56, what's going on? Look, what if that's Pedro from Pedro and Chantel? Jay Waffle, what's going on, brother? How are you? Diesel Dan, yeah, glad to be back. Glad to be back for sure. We had equipment update back home in Michigan. Back home in Michigan with the company trucks. Okay. Had to go back and make sure everything was registered and decal correctly. Okay. You've been taking care of business, huh? Taking care of BI. Carolyn Chicken Wraps, what's going on, darling? How you been? F2K6 said, thanks for the call out, Dawn. Still watching Danny DeVito. Towing it. You are welcome. Mikasa Isukasa said at Miranda, thank you for, oh, okay, you're talking to Miranda. Diesel Dan saying, hey, back. Kyle J saying VIP and complete for 1 month. Loving it. Yes, that's what okay. Nice. Getting a lot out of that. All right, everybody. Don't forget to smash the like button, gang. Don't forget to smash the like button. And if you are not a member, please make sure you hit that subscribe and share the content. We are trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers. Right now, we are firmly sitting at 10,616. We only got 4,384 to go. We can do it. We've been doing it. And let's just continue to make it happen. All right, so we got the rules that we're going to go ahead and play real quick so that we can make sure we know what we're supposed to be doing in these trades.
Yeah. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Never lose more than 1 to 3% ever of your total account value in any given day. Always make sure you have stop losses on each and every single trade, whether it's shares or options. Make sure you guys are practicing base hits. Don't be trying to go for those home runs. Everybody be cool with that. Every once in a while you get the home runs, but that comes back to our other rule. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. All right? So if we're getting hammered on something and it's going against you, just get out of there. If you're new to trading, do not trade in the first 30 minutes of the day or the last hour, ever. And if you are new to trading, do not use real money. You should be using simulated trainers, and you can use them on all sorts of different accounts. TD has them. TradingView, you can do rewinds. There's all sorts of stuff. Don't come in with real money blowing up your account. That is not how you want to learn. I want to make you a stock market trader and not just another call-out chaser.
Ted, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? Sorry, I'm in the middle of eating.
You want to come back? What are you eating, Ted?
I had a couple M&Ms.
Oh, I thought you were eating like a 4-course meal or something. A couple of M&Ms.
I have not eaten all day, and I realized I was getting kind of a sugar rush or lack of sugar.
Yes. I have that. Every now and then I have to throw a few mandarins in or some grapes just to kind of get through that period. How'd
What's
you do
going on,
today?
Ted? Got the
I did good. I did
still
good.
got the goatee going.
Back to the core game, right? EWOs for the win.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
That shave, that trim up looks good.
Thanks, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. So NVIDIA, Netflix, and SMCI, and out. I got out, so no, not taking any chances. The swing trades will kill you this market, so I'm just kind of taking each day, one day at a time.
Don't blame you there.
So you have fully converted to the dark side for right now.
I am
What the
scalping.
hell is the dark side, Don? What's the
Cause,
dark
man,
side?
it's like you slicing and dicing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Forget
I don't
about.
blame you though.
Yeah, it's
Well,
you're getting in and out.
for a while there, the real movement was happening overnight, and it
Yeah.
still will be. So if you wanted to
Yeah.
at least take advantage of that, you had to sometimes swing, but that also made you vulnerable. And I'm proud to say that I did okay today. I actually did. I increased my bets, bigger bets, smaller handful of stocks, and just
Mhm.
follow the coach's rules. Up almost 9K for the day. So
Nice. Scalping?
Yep. Good job, Ted.
EWO was great today for NVIDIA. It was great today for SMCI, Netflix. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was. I saw just in us looking over a few stocks here that everything seemed to have a nice one direction and then the other direction, you know?
Yep.
So if you were doing the EWO today, you were golden because I didn't see a lot of chop, you know, even on SPY, Apple, you know, we looked at a couple of them.
I wasn't
So
chopping.
SMCI and those were doing well too, like that, huh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. I have to say that SMCI is just it's a painful stock. When I was
It
green.
was a sweetheart before, remember?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It will again one of these days.
Yeah.
But it feels so good not to be
Whoa.
in this trade.
Whoa. That's crazy, Ted, what I'm looking at.
For SMCI.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Who tried to get in this today?
That's a full cup, ain't it?
SMCI.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, so
Jesus.
That shit
Unless
look
you
like the
were
Mississippi
channel
River.
trading.
That shit look like a map of New Orleans.
Wow.
so take a look at where you got in, right?
Where'd you enter, Ted?
I didn't enter there. On. Right.
All right. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Okay.
You got
Scroll
in
to the-
towards the end of the day?
Yeah.
All right.
Scroll to the
Oh.
right. To the right.
Yeah,
There you
right
go.
there.
See where the big green cloud is? I got in on that.
That's a
Okay.
nice move up right there.
What, down here?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I got in because I saw what was happening with NVIDIA, and NVIDIA had a great, just a no look back kind of day.
Let's take a look at NVIDIA.
Hey, Ted mentioned something about NVIDIA was running through the night. And
Oh,
hey,
wow. Look at that.
that Tokyo session was on fire whenever NVIDIA was breaking them new highs. Ain't what the CEO of Nvidia? He from China or something? Like he Asian, ain't he?
He's
Like
Asian.
he's an Asian. Yeah. So I think that's my. I mean, I guess that's why they was on Nvidia so hard during the Tokyo. During the Japan, like during that session. You know what I mean? They probably
Well,
was buying a lot.
has both arms tied behind their back to sell a product in China.
Hmm.
Wow.
There's restrictions that are preventing Nvidia from making money off of China, but so far they've got a lot of business in the other 90% of the world that's doing just fine for them. So
I heard Coach calling out Nvidia this morning, or was that Nana? Was that you? Somebody kept calling out Nvidia. And I went and looked at NVDL because I heard Girl Trader call that out early this morning, and went and saw the contract prices on that, even though I'm not trading that right now, doing any of that. I mean, it doesn't hurt to look, right?
right.
And I'm like, wow, it's just like when Vinny showed me the IWM, I'm like, okay, I'm seeing some stuff that's more in my price range option wise, that like the VRTs and the IWMs and now the NVDLs. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you do VRT?
I did not, because I didn't have any buying power over there.
That would have been the perfect place.
I'm just doing the Weeble. Really?
Oh yeah. Look at VRT and tell me where you would have gotten out if you did that.
Okay. Let's look it up.
2-minute EWO after the craziness, right? Talking about like 1146. Maybe
It's the
Danny
same
DeVito
stuff.
it initially, right?
Perfect. Evo.
You Danny DeVito it, you ride it up and you see that it's doing okay. It's staying above the 9. And then right around maybe 1306, when it starts to go up again, you're like, maybe I want to put more in there.
If I were to walk in on this trade from the street looking on, right? Obviously, I wouldn't get in here, right? But right about here, when all of this is happening and the 9 is breaking away from the 21, I would probably enter a put here.
Right, that would have been a good play. I don't play puts. Well, just I wait for it to become a call again.
I love
Here's the reason, because
the bad trend.
I know, but here's the thing: if things go south, I might want to own the stock, right? And so I use stocks that I like. So as it goes down to the bottom, I might even be aggressive and but get in as the EWO bars start going up. If I feel really good about the stock, I mean, it's your own. Everybody has their own feels, right?
Yeah.
But based on what I was seeing going on with Netflix, I'm sorry, with Nvidia, that's what gave me the confidence to go into SMCI earlier, because I just felt like Nvidia was leading the way today for SMCI, and we had a conversation with somebody today that we were talking about SMCI moving up, and by the way, VRT and SMCI are interchangeable because they kind of behave very similarly.
See this here?
Yeah,
it's different than what's going on here. So right here is telling you, okay, I'm thinking I want to change direction to consolidating. So yeah, this where did you get in here, or?
Yeah, especially no, go to that. It was a crossover. Hold on a second. No, you're in VRT. Go to SMCI.
Oh damn. Okay, but yeah, just looking at that, I would have.
But VRT is more well behaved than
look at that thing.
Than SMCI, which kind of had the chop associated with it. But I like what Hamilton said today. He said he was playing SPY. He went, I think, to the 5 minute. He said, I don't need to look at all these choppy lines. And
yeah, The 5 and the 15 minute are beautiful on SPY when it starts doing that crazy stuff. If you're trying to calm
Right.
down.
So I got in SMCI, same kind of time. And I just felt confident to stay in it because I knew that NVIDIA was leading the way, and SMCI, they had some issues to work out, but SMCI was going to continue for the rest of the day. And again, it takes knowing the stock and feeling comfortable about the space. That could be proven, wrong, and that's why we have stops. But
what time did you get in?
Right. No, not there. I'm sorry. I was aggressive.
Okay, so you said you got in a little bit earlier.
Right there.
Right about here?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Right in here, then that makes sense because obviously, look at this. That would tell me that it could be stair stepping up.
And again, in the back of my mind,
did you get nervous here?
Yeah, sure. My risk tolerance is there, but I just knew that I happen to believe, and this is all opinion. We're all opinion.
Right.
We're talking. We should always say, not financial tax or investment advice. This is my opinion. But my opinion was SMCI was beat up on Friday for not a good reason. And so that gives me confidence that if I believe that, and I still believe there's growth in this space, I still believe NVIDIA is going to have good numbers. I believe that SMCI is going to have good numbers. Then I kind of feel like, who's the guy with MTTR? Matt with Matterhorn. He held on to a stock that the world would say, hey, that wasn't worthwhile. But he knew the company. He knew it was more valuable, and he's holding on. And he held on, and now it jumped up 4x today.
Nice.
God bless the people that do their research and look for those values. It's the same thing with Paramount, right? Paramount is undervalued. It is in a place where it could do so much better if it was acquired, or if even if they go through earnings, they're going to show better numbers. So you've got to listen to your heart. Once you know a stock, then I think you develop a little bit of a stronger commitment to ride through the rough spots.
Let me ask you a question, because
Yeah.
we've been Ralph and I've been talking about over trading. Where's your stance on over trading? When is it too much?
Whenever it's time to get in the put.
Scalpers, by very definition, overtrade.
Wow.
I mean,
Think
don't they?
so? Not really though. If they scalping, I mean,
As long as they're
style of
positive,
trading
right.
though.
By the very definition, they trade more than any other person, right?
Yeah.
Scalpers.
Well, and it's because they're in it for all of 10 seconds usually.
Yeah, so I'm an EWO player. It's hard to overtrade an EWO. You only get a few opportunities.
Yeah.
To do an EWO. So I as long as I do the EWO, I think that sometimes I've overtraded where I get greedy because I do really well, and I think, okay, we can milk this. So
we've all done it.
As long as you recognize that the last hour or two is not as easy as the middle of the pack. I don't like the beginning hour, just because we all have been chopped up in that.
Yeah.
But even then, you can get in that first hour if you know the stock.
And it's true, because for all intents and purposes, trading is risky. So anytime you get in a trade, you're running the risk, unless you have some kind of crystal ball, which was funny as hell earlier this afternoon when Vinny, when you asked, what do you think's going to happen? And Nate was like, Ted, where's your crystal ball? Let me get my crystal ball. Ted, you got yours? I was on the floor.
I'm going to get my chicken bone out.
And listen, I think he was up 200% or something. Man, take the green. Listen. No, not
Take
tax
that green,
advice.
man.
Why would you hold it overnight to give
Yeah.
15%? I ain't trying to give nothing back, bro. You can
That
get
was a
in
great
tomorrow.
question, Vinny,
You
because
can
it's
get back
like
in
you should have
tomorrow.
known that, dude.
Vinny, I'm
It's
starting
like
to really believe that you looking for attention, brother. You always want to help
Look,
young new traders, but you asking questions that young new traders ask, Vinny. All right.
That was Vinny's way
You know
of
what I'm
letting
saying?
us know, hey, I just hit 200% on this trade.
Yeah, just be like,
You
bro,
know
I got
what I mean? He
200% on
disguised it
Ford.
as a question.
Yeah, you don't have to act like, oh, dude, should I hold this overnight? Family, you knew you wasn't holding that. Stop it. Sit down, Uncle Vinny.
Oh my God! You know
Just
we
the
gotta
rules.
mess with you, Vinny. But
Yeah,
yeah, if you're
he had some
scalping,
great
you're
trades.
going in.
You got to hand it to him. He had great trades.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
a good
he's
trade.
been killing it. Vinny has been kicking some serious ass lately, which I think is what's been giving him the confidence to speak up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he need to tone it down too.
Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the deal. Vinny, is he here? You guys.
I saw him in the chat. Vinny, come on up here. You wanna
He in the chat.
have a conversation?
We shouldn't talk without him defending himself. But
Yeah, come on up, Vinny.
Come on
There
up
was
here so I can tell you to your face.
there was a point where he was going to get out because of some sort of crossover that Coach never talks about, and I'm like, all I know is Coach talks about support and resistance. So as long as you're in the channel, if you're in a certain channel, yes, it's going to pull back, right? Calls on support, puts on resistance. But if you're in a long-term trade and it's going up, at least shed to the point that you leave some open, because look what happened to SPY when we did that today. If you got out at 500, fine, you made some money. It was a good trade. Oh my gosh, you probably were happy. But why not leave some? Because look what happened after that. It ended up going all the way up to 502. That's money left on the table. So the only crossover Coach cares about are the initial crossovers, right? Where you're starting to go into that bull market. But once you're in that trade and you're using hopefully the Trading View indicator, which is something that you get as a VIP member, if you look at that trade on the Trading View indicator, there was no place where you should have overly panicked. There might have been. I guess I'd give you that maybe 12:30 today. That was a little bit nervous. But for the most part, look at how beautiful it behaved. And that's not SPY. I mean, that's not what we're used to with SPY.
It's not typical.
But that was
a Ford, wasn't it? Ford?
That was a nice
GM?
run up.
GM or Ford? Which one was it?
It was SPY that he was talking about. He was worried about the crossover. He was worried about the crossover of the
I thought it was Ford, wasn't it Ford?
No. We were distinctly talking about
both of them was beautiful.
Yeah,
SPY and Ford.
He was worried about the crossover of VWAP with, I think, the MA200, which was acting totally different or independent of what was going on with the cloud, which is how we're taught, right?
Yeah, VWAP, I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
it wasn't. The stock wasn't trading over VWAP. He was just noticing that those two indicators were crossing over, but that's not
as long as the stock is over those, it don't matter, right?
Yeah, they are the most important crossover occurred when the 9 went over the
21,
and then that went over the 50, right?
55. Yep.
That should have gave you more confidence to stay in.
Yeah, once that happened and you're still in that situation where it's blue, green, red, 21.55, 9, 21.55, all stacked up in that direction. Don't worry about anything else. Just stay in or shed if you get nervous. But
each one of those is a star.
Fortune rewards the brave in these situations, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, I did ride SPY today, and I wrote it up over 100%.
Oh, nice. Good job, man. What is going on? So Ted, what's up with the podcast? Is that happening or?
I tried out this software. I don't know if I like it. I've got to connect with Coach. I think I might just do it through the Zoom, through the YouTube. Kind of like what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube has its own publishing thing.
Yeah.
So,
YouTube Studio.
Yeah, because I used to listen to podcasts, but I watch them now. So you're right. I never listen to them no more. I always watch them now, I guess.
So yeah, let me get off right now because I'm usually really exhausted at the end of the day, but I'm really strangely energized because today was a really good day.
Yeah,
That's
you should
awesome.
be tired at the end of the day. You and Mark, y'all work hard. I don't see how y'all do it.
Well, we all do. I mean, we're all in this crazy world that we're in. And it's so funny. Somebody was talking today. You cannot talk about this with anybody else but people that are in this world. When you talk about it, and it's so funny because sometimes I talk to people and I don't come off as
you come off as an ass. I mean,
well.
an a-hole at times, Ted. That's just the truth.
Do I? Maybe.
It is.
But not.
It is.
Sometimes. They'll ask me, "What do you think the market's going to do?" And I'm always equivocating. They're like, "How do you know?" But that's the thing is that you develop this language when you're talking to the muggles, and I call the people that don't do what we do muggles, right?
Harry Potter fan.
You have no idea what we're up to. But when you talk,
they be clueless.
You just have to say, yeah, you know what? You just have to wait to see what the market's going to do, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah,
and they don't get the. These are the same people. They're like, "What do you do all day? You sit in front of a computer," and I'm like, I used to feel guilty about that, but then I realized through doing some research that there's one part of your body that consumes more energy than any other part of your body.
The brain.
It's your brain. And
yes.
so when you are training yourself to be focused all the time, that is fatiguing. It is. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that we were meant for breaks. I mean, if you go to any construction site, they take a break every hour and a half. Why?
Yeah.
Because people make mistakes. And so you really do have to learn to intently focus and also, sometimes walk away. But whatever it is, we work harder than many people work in a given day.
And you know what I love? You know what I love? I love the fact that Jen just has seen from afar. She's like, I'm watching you and you knew. So it's not gambling, is it? No, it's not. It's like when you map out or chart a course for a stock based on previous areas that it's hit, and it gives you a probability of where it may go in the future. That's not gambling. And a lot of people have a misconception. The muggles have a misconception.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. What you call them, Ted? The muggles? That's the only time
it's gambling.
That's the only time it's gambling really when you lose.
She's starting to see through our eyes that, wow, wait a minute. So you can strategically kind of plan your trades, kind of like, yeah.
Well, let me give you an example. We always, at least I always say, get to know 2 or 3 stocks. In the real world, you get to know certain neighborhoods. You get to know certain homes, and you zero in and you buy that one home. That's fucking gambling. Sorry. That's gambling. No, it isn't. It's the environment that it's in, and you're making a prediction that hopefully somewhere down the road it's going to be worth more than what I paid for. And if you just do that research and don't make the investment of your time to get to know the property that you're about to buy, then you're making a bad investment, aren't you?
Gambling one.
Yeah, I mean, real estate is the most. To me, that's the biggest form of gambling, because you're gambling on a number of things. What are you gambling on? You're gambling that real estate's going to continue to go up. You're gambling that the mortgage rates are going to come down to make it a little bit more attractive for you, right?
Right. Yeah.
You're gambling that your school district is going to continue to be a good school district, and there's not going to teachers are going to leave. You're gambling on so many factors.
That ratchet people don't move in the neighborhood and take it to the hood.
Or if you're Nate, you're scalping homes.
Sure, but you're gambling that you are making a gamble because you're signing up for a mortgage that you're going to have a job next year.
True.
So there's gambling
Well,
in any.
that's kind of
That's
aloneness.
pretty freaking crazy when you think about it. Nate is scalping homes. He's going in with a buyer already established,
Lining it up
and
perfect.
putting it in there, making money and getting the hell out. He's not landlording. He's not
About
sitting
90
there
days
worrying about the
tops.
neighborhood. He
He's not
buys and sells homes just like he scalps stock.
Well,
Mhm.
actually better, because when he does, at least from what I understand, he goes into that with the buyer in hand,
Yes.
Mhm.
relationship with the bank,
Yes.
Mhm.
a great degree of confidence that that buyer is going to get the loan.
Mhm.
If anything, he's just kind of the intermediary.
Yeah.
He carries very little risk in that transaction.
That's it's genius. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, I
crazy.
mean, gambling, get used to it. Any type of investment is a form of gambling, right?
Yep.
You buy
Yep.
gold, it's a safe place, right? Oh, I'm going to buy gold. It's safe. It's a safe place to park our money. And what happens when gold goes down in price? Guess what?
Yeah,
You
it's not a
gambled.
gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't. You needed a place to put your money. You need a place to park your assets. And
That's right.
sometimes you get a good return and sometimes you don't. The one thing that you need to do is be diligent. And if you own gold or Bitcoin or anything, you need to check in on it every day, because some bad things can happen when you're not watching it.
Right.
True.
Put your
Yep.
stops in place. Blah,
Yep.
blah, blah.
Ted, thanks for stopping through, man.
DJ wants
Appreciate
in.
Yep.
you. Huh?
DJ Vinny wants in.
He's not backstage.
He says, "Let me in, damn it."
He's not backstage though. Vinny, did you hit the right button, brother? Because you're not backstage. I didn't hear the alarm go off, and I'm looking backstage. I don't see anybody back there.
Now he's impugning. I will not sit here while DJ impugns Don's reputation.
That's right. He's not
Dawn
there.
ain't never not let nobody in. What is that? What he said? Hold on.
Someone's
see
knocking
Vinny
at
on
the
there. Oh,
door.
there he is.
DJ says he sees me.
I see me. What that
I
mean?
see you too.
I see dead people.
I see me.
Hey, Bubbles. Bubbles said hi.
DJ Vinny must have hit the wrong button.
Bubbles. Yeah, he must have, because he's not in the software at all.
Mm-mm.
We can hang for you, Vinny, while you work out your issues.
Yeah.
Try again.
Keep
Try
trying,
again,
Vinny.
Uncle Vinny.
Yeah, because normally when somebody's back there, it goes doo-doo, and I look and I see you in black and white. I click the little toggle and I let you in,
Mhm.
just like I saw you right before I hit the rules. So I'm like,
Yep.
oh, Ted's here. Cool. I hit the rules and I let you in to watch the rules with us. And then, so yeah. He is not there,
Mm.
but he
DJ
knows how
Vinny
to
told
get
me
in.
everybody's
So
fine. DJ spin.
Vinny,
I don't know that I'm buying that, because you've never had a problem getting up here before, Vinny. You just don't want to
That's
answer
right.
to what's going on. You running, you ducking. How many times has Vinny been on this panel? He knows how to get on
Plenty
the
of
panel.
times. Yeah, for real.
I hit the. Oh, Mikasa says that I'm Mr. Magoo. Okay, lovely. What are your excuses about being tired? I love reading my comments. I can only imagine what it's like, to have to read your comments every day. I'm tired because I'm an old man.
I should be. I didn't get to sleep until like almost 12 o'clock last night, and then popped back up at like 3:15.
Okay,
But I
Mikasa,
sleep in on the weekends though.
Jay Waffle got to hit join a couple times. Okay, I'm sure you know that. So DJ, hit join.
DJ Vinny know how to get up
I
here.
will do. I'll tell you what I will do. I will go right here and click the link for it, just in case something weird's going on with the link, and put it down there in the chat.
That's right. Mikasa Sukasa Real Estate. So sorry, Ariel. I was talking about how risky real estate can be.
Everything is risky.
I don't know why you deal in real estate. It's so risky.
Okay, there's a fresh link, Vinny. Go ahead and click that, and you should be able to get in.
Well, I wonder if I click it again, what happens?
It'll be two Teds, don't it be like you
Yeah,
gotta have
it'll
a double Christina?
just double you up.
Yeah, a double Christina. She do it all the time. I had a double thing one time.
I'm not going to throw you under the bus. Sweatsuit Dapper. Ted, Nana, Mitch fight. Oh,
I'm here.
There you go.
All right.
I don't know why, but on that, the second link that she just posted, it went right on. But the one before, when I clicked on it, it showed y'all. It shows the screen down the bottom, and then where you hit leave, it says waiting on host.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Weird. But yeah, I took that right out of Restream, so I don't know. Maybe that's broken or something. I don't know. But you're here in any event. Victoriano, how are you?
Hi, Don. Hi, everybody.
Victoriano.
All right, Victoriano.
How art thou? How art thou, brethren?
Brethren.
What's going on?
So, talk to us, Vinny.
What you want to know?
You got the flow.
What you want to know? I tell you what you want to know.
Anything that you plan on stopping the whole show for tomorrow. Just
cut it out, Ralph.
I want everybody to see it. Now is your time. Go ahead.
Cut it out, man.
Go ahead.
That was Vinny's way.
Anyhow.
Now is your time.
100%. He didn't have no damn question.
All right, so I got to defend myself, apparently. I got to defend myself, apparently, because people don't understand what Coach taught me. I don't know, but I know when I was in Spy, and that the nine it crossed the 200, right? I knew that was my time to get in, so I got in. And everybody else was talking about the 2155 hadn't crossed. Well, by the time it crossed, I was already out with $143. So I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know.
I don't got none of that on my chart. So go ahead, Ted.
Are you on the 1 minute time frame?
But when I did, it wasn't a one-on-one with Coach, but it was early on, and I showed him the setup. He told me what to take off and what to put on, right? So on his crossover training that he actually has a class on, if you go look at the class, you'll see what Coach is talking about and what I'm talking about when I tell you it's getting ready to cross over. But
so here's the thing. What time did you get out of your Spy trade?
Before you guys got in it. Because I already had a set plan. I was doing IWM,
Vinny, I was
GM, and Ford.
At 11:30 this morning, I was in on the EWO with Spy.
Right, and you heard me talking about the crossover, right?
No, when we were talking about the crossover, you were looking down at the VWAP, seeing that it was crossing over the
No, that's not what I was talking about. On a six-star trade, if you look up Coach's class on a 6-star trade, it all has to be in line for it to be a six-star trade. I can't talk.
I want to know what we are. I mean, what are we?
There's no argument. I play it the way I was.
I'm not saying it's an argument, but I'm saying what is the problem? What are we trying to figure out here?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a problem. I made money.
The problem is when
I don't know what we need.
So when people go off of Coach's teachings, and I'll sign up for this. If I misunderstood you, I misunderstood. But Vinny,
thank you, Bucket.
You were suggesting that you're going to get out.
Yeah.
Because of some sort of crossover event. And I didn't see that crossover event. What I saw that it was hitting resistance, and I believe that it was right around.
We're going to 1 minute.
12:30 on the 1 minute. You saw some crossover.
Hold on, let me get to my desk. Hold on, because I got it marked out. Take me Just a minute.
Oh, so he got out earlier. That's what you were saying. I mean, that's
what I was saying.
Yeah,
and it's fine.
When I made,
Yeah.
all right, when I made, all right, listen. Hold on.
Bucket.
When I made my move, it was 12:01. When the first crossover happened, that was of the 9.
12:01.
And maybe this might help y'all. I use Weeble. A lot of you use Trading View, and you have that cloud and all that stuff on there. I don't have all that. All right. So I saw this crossover taking effect at 12:01, right around 12:01 ish. And I told you, listen to me. I told you by 12:17, the 21 was getting ready to cross, and it did. Right? It crossed at 12:05, and then the 50.
Pause. Let's get out of that language that says something's going to happen because we don't know. You could say, let's get, and I think this is what I react to, is sometimes you speak with a degree of confidence that doesn't necessarily mean that you know for sure what's going on. Do you agree with that?
I do. I agree with that.
I just go by what coaches. I go by what coach taught me.
It's important that we talk as a group here, and we said this before, and I don't want to belabor it, and I'll get off my soapbox here, but oftentimes I'm trying to make sure that people are talking to the group, right? And if you're talking to the group, you need to use language that is coach certified and coach endorsed,
right?
And the coach language is either EWO or calls on support and puts on resistance.
That's it.
That's
right.
it.
That's it.
And when you start saying things like crossover means this is going to happen, Vinny, you're not talking coach's language. Coach can say look out for that, but the number one rule for coach is to look and draw out your lines to make sure that you're mapping out calls on support, puts on resistance. And by the way, and when we had this discussion today, you said that you were out, and I was like, well, here's the deal, Vinny. If you've got some green behind you, this is an opportunity for you to see if it's going to stay at this level. If it stays at this level, based on all the bullishness that I saw with Apple, with NVIDIA, and all these other stocks moving up, I felt like that there was a good chance that SPY was going to continue in the upward direction. And here you were like saying, well, that's okay for you, but it crossed over, so I'm out. That wasn't at all in coach's teaching. And
no, I was out because I had other stocks that I was working with. I only did a Danny DeVito in the SPY just to check and test the 5-star trade. If you look up the video 5-star trade, coach uses that terminology.
Right, for an EWO, and you were not in an EWO.
No, on the candles. If you have to, go back and watch the video, Ted.
He doesn't call a 5-star trade on the scalp. He doesn't.
The gauntlet has been dropped. Let's go look it up.
Yeah.
Play that video.
I know, and I want to clear this up.
5-star trade on the EWO.
Yeah, I want to clear this up. This is signals that you're looking for. Second calendar EWO, okay? Right? All the rest of that, all those lines and cloud and pretty stuff, that's to help you hold into the trade and see what prices is. Right?
I don't have all that.
The main thing is the VWAP, the second calendar entry, and that's it. The crossover isn't a signal. And I know you don't have all that, but you always do that crossover like it's real conviction, and then new traders think it's an interest signal. You know what I mean? And it's not. And
using the 1 minute, using the 1 minute versus the 2 minute is only putting you in earlier. That's all it's doing.
That's not true. If you're in the 1 minute, you scalping. If you're on the 2 minute, you're
I'll give you this, DJ. You are the most confident person I've ever met.
Well, what did SPY do? Did it go up? Did it chop?
You got out and it went up another years.
Right, it kept going.
All right, so let's take a look at the said video.
Well, there
of
is in the headline.
the
EWO
five-
trading strategy, 5-star trades.
But
That's it.
listen to what his terminology is. You keep telling me that I'm using the wrong terminology. Listen to what he's saying.
I'll listen to this on YouTube.
So if we look at this, you can see the crossover right here. Everybody see this spot?
Wow,
We
look
already
at
got
that.
in though, right here, okay, which was somewhere up here.
Because
We're
he's only
already
1
in
minute.
this, but then you look at this and go, oh, nice, right? The crossover is also with me, and look where it went the rest of the day, right? Because here's what you got to be careful of. See how this is a crossover, and you might be like, yay, and then it immediately changed barely. Oh, it didn't cross over. But do you see what I mean? Like it can get convoluted here too, right? But if
Yes.
you were watching your EWO, you would know that. But if you were just staring at a 2155, you'd have no clue, would you?
Exactly. That's the point that we're
You'd be
trying to
like,
make.
do it
Really.
here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and no.
What'd you say,
Yeah.
Ralph?
I was saying that's the point that we're trying to make right there. Crossover ain't no signal. When you start the video off, coach say you already in the trade, right? So then you made the entry. Whenever you see the crossover, you're like, okay, this is pretty good here. I can hold longer, right?
So it's
And
indices. It's a continuation.
yes, it's just letting you know that
Confirmation.
Yes, that's it.
Confirmation, absolutely.
Right. You
And-
don't enter on the
That's
cross.
why this is more beneficial always than any other indicator that's ever been used in my book.
That's a
But
good point
again,
right there,
be
Don.
another
Pause
sign
it.
of strength.
Rewind it back just a little bit. You don't have to rewind it back.
Yeah, take it back to the beginning.
Take it all the way back, Don. Because I mean, I
And
don't know.
I want you to pay attention to what time level he's
I
on.
don't have to pay attention to it. I was there when this video was made, man. I was.
So if we look at this, you can see the crossover right here. Everybody see this spot?
See it.
We already got in though, right here.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yes.
We already got in.
Right.
It was a EWO. And this
Right.
is what
Right.
out.
Which is down here. He got in down here.
Right.
Right.
Fast forward
Was somewhere
a
up
little
here.
bit later.
We're
he
already
says
in
these
this.
crossovers
But
don't
then you
matter.
look at this and go, oh, nice, right? The crossover is also with me, and look where it went the rest of the day, right? Because here's what you got to be careful of. See how this is a crossover, and you might be like, yay, and then it immediately changed, barely. Oh, it didn't cross over.
You hear that?
But do you see what I mean? Like it can get convoluted here too, right? But if you were watching your EWO, you would know that. But if you were just staring at a 2155, you'd have no clue, would you? You'd be like, do it here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and no. That's why this is more beneficial always than any other indicator that's ever been used in my book. But again, it'd be another sign of strength. For you guys that are longing through the day, you're looking for a good entry, you want another sign of, hey, should I not? This will help you along the way. This will kind of steer the path, right? Let's look at another one. I'm just grabbing these randomly. I have no idea. I'm just looking at the base ones we use. So here's another strong example right here. This is NVIDIA. So we already knew right here, bang, we were in it, made our money, bang, we were in it, right? This one is going completely against the grain. If you guys do that, you already know you should get your hand slapped. And then this one right here, and that's for the day. Now, if you look at this, right, the crossover actually happened pre-market. Do you see it? But I'm not going to touch that because that doesn't mean crap at the bell. We've got to be very careful at the bell, right? All bets are off, basically. But we can rely on the EWO, which is this one, right?
Yes, we can.
So we
Coach.
get the pop, it runs up. Here's your crossover. See it? Which is also right here. It already told you would have got in somewhere up here. You would have had this confirmation looking good. It's also below VWAP. Isn't that a sign of strength as well? If you're buying a put below VWAP, isn't that a good sign of strength?
Yes, just like Ted said.
And then it continues to drive down and it goes below the 200 moving average. Isn't that also a sign of strength?
Yeah, yes, sir.
That means you've now
Yes, it
entered
is.
at a 2-minute EWO.
1 star.
Yep.
EWO,
Mhm.
VWAP, the 200, the super trend, the trend,
And the crossover.
and now, and now the crossover. Look at
That
every
mean
one of those.
hold.
As it ran, you entered on the
Look at that.
2-minute. It broke the VWAP. It broke 200. You entered on the super trend. See it here? The overall trend is now to the downside. You entered it off of this, right? Down here, you're showing more of a trend, but you get the example. And then there's your crossover. This is now 6 stars trade. See it?
Yep.
Those are all signs of strength. It's just building as it goes, which should give you more and more confidence. Does that make sense?
Wow, coach.
Yeah.
If you're trying to enter this and the overall trend is to the downside, you already know not to put a check next to trend, right?
Yeah.
You're going against the trend if you're trying to get a call. Oh, I'm guessing bottom here, right? So that's not a 5-star trade, right? But if you look at everything else, at any point in here, you've hit everything you needed to do. 2-minute, VWAP, 200, overall trend, super trend, and now crossover. Make sense?
Yeah, it's amazing. With a little bit of
Absolutely,
time,
Coach.
you'll see all 6 of those things instantly. It's not like you're doing a checklist in your mind either. You know, most of those things you already are ingrained to look at anyway.
That is correct. Yep, that
The
is
confirmation of your trade.
same rule applies if you're looking for long term, and we'll go over this when we do the cover calls. Do you see this right here? Also right here, right? And this will blow some of your minds right now because some of you have never seen this, right? But you guys should know, because I say it every day, that the EWO strategy is used on every time frame, not just 2-minute. 2-minute we use because it's a faster entry. But if you're looking for long term, there is no difference. You'll use it exactly the same. Do you see the strategy? Second candles, long as they're bigger than the first. Yes?
Yep.
Every one of these, you could be long-terming. See this right here? This is off of NVIDIA down here. Right there was your signal to buy, and it was, around $125, and you could have longed this. See it?
So Vinny.
Yep.
I want to say this. Let me just say this. I'm gonna be real quick. You know what makes the difference between traders who just get out when they see something like a crossover happening and it's moving down and it go back up, and the difference between the ones that hold that thing to the end of the day? The ones who hold are the ADT traders, okay? Like, we're the ones who just hold and be like, damn, that thing went way farther than I thought it ever would. You know what I'm saying? You just shave off something. You just don't get out of a trade just because
Now
it moved to whatever, I don't know, the 9. Listen,
here's what I
price above the VWAP, bullish trend. All right, let me finish. The main thing that's on the chart is the VWAP, right? You get in, all the rest of that stuff is just confirmations. We just went over there, right? As long as that thing is above the VWAP and it's started going up, it's gonna continue to pay you, right? It's gonna uptrend, right? The trend, and it's gonna keep breaking new highs. That's what uptrends do.
Or it won't. Even if it doesn't, then you get out, right? Because
that's it.
The confirmations that you need. It's
right.
It's a 2-star trade, and it's starting to peter out. There's optionality at every single point here. The one thing, Don, if you put up the SPY real quick, because I think it's important to point out to Vinny here. And Vinny, you do this out of love because I think that you've got great insights and you are consistently killing it. I think you can make a lot more money. And as you look at SPY today, you got in very close to what an EWO would have been.
Right.
Right.
Can you see me?
I can see Don's screen. She's put. We can't see each other.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can. Don, if you go back to where Vinny came in, I think he said it was what time?
It was 12:01.
12:01.
If we could turn back time, if we could go back, we could go back to where that EWO, that 2-minute EWO started. It's a tasty one. So take a look at it as a 2-minute EWO this time. Alternate universe. You're doing a 2-minute EWO.
Okay, so he got in here, which is actually in the middle of the EWO.
Right, and there's a disadvantage to that, right? Because a lot of times the gamma candles appear in the first stages of your EWO as it moves up. If you miss out on that, then you're getting in at a disadvantage to a lot of other traders that got in earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at what the price was for the EWO traders when they got in, the price was $496.54, as opposed to when you got in at 1202, which was $497.36. That's a pretty big difference, and that puts you at a disadvantage, and it might make you sweat when you do have downturns, right? If you were in at the 2-minute EWO, when it started to dip down into the cloud at 1234, some people would have gotten nervous because you could have been in the bed at that level. But if you got in at the EWO, you just would have had shrinking profits. And so
the entry point was 11:30 for the EWO. That's when the candle was right here. It was the next biggest candle.
Right. Mm-hmm. So do you see the advantage that you have by getting in earlier? And by the way, if you can find a way to get you at least a poor man's version of the trading view indicators, this will help you a lot, because it basically it puts your hands in handcuffs. You know, the VIP, even if it's for a month, if you get some training in this, it's an amazing thing that it's almost impossible to convince yourself to sell when you see graphically on the screen the 2-minute EWO moving up and to the right. It is such a helpful visual aid that helps you, of course, confirm all the stars, right? 6-star trades. You're able to confirm that visually, but you're also, as in this case in particular, as the trade goes on, you're giving yourself more and more confidence that you can stay in the trade without a lot of negative repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
Let me play devil's advocate just for 1 second. Let me go back in time just for 2 seconds. Vinny, did you say you were scalping this though?
Yeah, I scalped that. And when I saw that happening, listen to me. When I saw that happening, you know what I did?
What?
I went right over to IWM and I put in 10 contracts and ran that up, and that's how I made my big money today.
There you go. I wish I could have done that. I didn't have any buying power, but I'm not trading that right now anyway.
Now let me ask you, Dawn. Let me ask you, Dawn. Let me ask you, Dawn. How many times have I said Dawn is crossing over?
That's what
that's what we need to stop right there, though.
When you say
crossover ain't the entry.
When you say that, coach would be driven crazy. Everybody would be, because the crossover is only a confirmation. It's not an indication of something that's going to happen.
Right. The crossover is not the entry. DJ Vinny, what we're trying to get you to see here is
you got to wait.
Listen. We're trying to train new traders to get into the trade on the second candle so they can be ahead of everybody else. It's the strongest entry. The crossover is only going to make you more confident to stay in, because every time, if you look at these EWOs, they happen before the crossover. Am I right? So we know that you ain't entering on the cross, but you're saying, darn, that's the crossover. So if I'm a new trader, I'm thinking, well, shit, I'm supposed to get in whenever it crosses. That's just not true. You're late right then, right?
And I would argue you're
because you need all 5 for the 6-star trade.
I mean, I can't talk.
How long was your trade? How long was your trade? How long were you in it?
12:03 to about 1:30.
That's a long ass scalp, and it went up and down. If you watch, it went up and down.
It didn't. No, it didn't. It had a little dip in it, right? But if you look,
it dipped right here from 498.52 down to 497.22.
It actually went out of the cloud.
It went out of the cloud. So here's the
clouds. That's what mine looks like.
Vinny, coach will tell you. You see coaches scalp. Coach has never done an hour scalp.
No, but I saw it was going to run what am I going to do? Get out of it because it's running in my favor?
You say, oh, there's a little dip, but in an alternate universe at 12:34, that faithful time, given all we know what happened on Friday, what was to stop SPY from going down? Nothing.
Friday?
We were just the grace of God. SPY kept on going up, and so doing a long-term scalp like that is foolhardy. You're kind of blending two strategies. You're using coach's advice of the EWO strategy, which does point out crossover as a confirmation, but you're using that as part of a scalp strategy. And what I would advise you to do is, if you want to scalp, go to coach's videos on scalping and learn the rules associated with that.
And all I want to do, go ahead, Ted, my bad.
Because that's what you did. And the only reason why I'm so passionate about this, I did this myself when I first started off, and I just don't want new people to do that. I think that if they're new, they are better suited by EWO, and the EWO uses the crossover as a mere validation, not a signal.
100%.
And so if you can go to the scalping videos, what Coach will tell you, and Don, you've got your screen. But what Coach will tell you is these lines that you draw. You can
I don't know where you was going with that one, Ted, but go ahead.
Yeah, right. Where were you going? You want me to pull up a scalping video? Is that what?
I think that's what it was, Don. Yeah.
But on your lines,
draw
a couple of lines of support and resistance based on what you see with SPY. And I'm going to make a point because I want you to make so much more money, DJ. Your head's going to spin. You bought in a time of almost no conflict. That's not when we should be buying. If we're doing a scalp, we should not buy in points of no conflict. What you want to do is you want to buy at points of extreme conflict. Calls on support, puts on resistance. You'll make more money off of the slingshot of directionality that you won't even care when you get out. You'll get out within 30 seconds or 50 seconds or however long that plays out, because all the gamma, you will have received the benefit of the majority of the juice out of that squeeze, to put it in Mark Mancini's terms. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the only way that you do that is identifying those points of calls on support, puts on resistance. And so if you really want to be a scalper, and I don't blame you because there's money to be made there, do shorter instances and watch Coach's videos for rules on how to do a scalp play. But don't confuse the two, because I think you're doing well. Obviously, you're doing well. What I would suggest is you could do far better if you pick a strategy and don't cross over. Okay, there we go. You are
like that pun.
Donnie on the spot. That's what we're going to call you, Donnie on the spot.
Let's see what he's saying.
So here's the move back to the upside now on Amazon. Just be careful. Use a very tight stop right here, right? If it cannot hold 124.50, it's coming right back into this channel. If it stays up there, that is a long, and then have your stop just below 124.50. These levels are amazing for traders, right? Because it gives you an exact area of what you can be trading from it, right? I love these areas. Look at where it's dancing, exactly where we said, right? Very nice. We'll see what it wants to do, but this is beautiful. You're just waiting. There it goes. It can't hold. There goes your put. Why? Your body is lower than the previous body. It did not pop above 124.50. If you're in the shorts, make sure your stop is just above 124.50, right? In this case, your stop's going to be around 124.53, and your shorts are now paying you right now. Let's get the money train rolling.
Hey, Don, pause that. Pause that, Don.
Now look at it. It's touching 124.19, scalpers. You see
Don,
where it touched?
Earlier, before everybody came, we was just talking about this. See, this right here, how many times have you heard a double bottom or a double top been called out, right? So if you scalp and you see that right there, you know that that's going down there to try to take that low out, right? So if you get in right there and then you get out right there at make that double top or double bottom, that's the reason why the double tops and the double bottoms form right there, because traders ain't really trying to worry about if it's holding down, if they scalping that. This is a scalper. It's two different things, Benny. Scalping and EWO, that's two different things.
You
That's
can
a
make
blood red.
money on this trade.
Yes, because of that slingshot, what Ted was
Because
talking
that
about.
slingshot.
Yeah.
It's you're going in the opposite direction, and suddenly you're getting things at a great discount because everybody else is going in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
Play on.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, the fact that it came right back down into this channel, that's bearish, right? It should not have come right back down in this channel, but you all made money off of those puts and or shorts. Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Amazon's still pulling. There's your pull all the way back down to 124.19 again. Told you, very bearish, right? The fact that it's down here again this fast tells me it wants to pull again, right?
Is there a level we're looking at below that .19?
124 will be the next, because that's going to be the whole natural.
It seems heavy.
Yeah, it's very heavy. It should not have come back here already. I just said that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should not. There you go.
There it is.
Boom.
Damn.
Boom. Like
I told you 124.53. That's your short. There it is. Went all the way back down, broke below 124.19. And look at the bounce again off of Amazon. Scalpers make your money every single time. Every single time it does this. Right here's your put. Right here's your stop. Right? Always have your stop. So if you're in a put,
yep.
They're getting out. Yeah, they're getting out. They're getting out. Not the puts, but the short sellers, right?
Right. They're buying to get out of their position.
Yeah, that's why that thing shot back like that. And so whenever you scalping, you take advantage of them slingshots. It's Ted, like the car. That's a good name for it. It's like a slingshot.
Momentum.
I'm telling you.
Their stops are actually contributing to the mousetrap flipping off. Because everybody's stop is going off, and so suddenly it fires back up. And guess what? At a loss of a premium. So you definitely have to be very disciplined on when you get in and when you get out on a scalp. And Vinny, this is less than 3 minutes tops. I mean, in this kind of scalp condition.
And this is what Mark and Nate are doing every morning.
Doing a scalp hour would drive me crazy, especially if I got in.
You got in late. Had to wait on that thing to go down first, then come back up.
So let's say you bought a put here, right? This is your stop. And then down here, you have to watch this area. Why? It's a critical area. This is where I shed, right? That way, if it pops up against me, it's okay. And then I can dump the rest. Do you see how this works over and over and over? If you long it here, then your stop should be right below it, right? That way, minimal risk, right? There's always a risk, but we want to try to minimize our risk, right? And there's the pull again. If it stays below 124.19, stays, breaks, and holds, you're in a put or a short, and your stop will be just above it. Are we all doing that?
Absolutely.
Good.
Coach, take a look at Meta. It's been stepping up.
There's your move. There's your move. You see it staying? You see it staying down there? That's the move. Now I missed it. I was late, but that's the move right there. There it goes. I'll take it. There's $100. $106. So that's the move that I told you guys about exactly to the penny. Exactly how to do it. It looks like that. Yeah, look at this, Mark. Looking at Tesla where we drew it before the market. It touched here. It touched here. All of here. Right here. And then it broke. And then I called the long. Went up towards VWAP where I said look for it to go back up to VWAP. Then it pulled back. Now it's pulling back up. So now it wants to go right back where it was, about this 271 range. And there we go again, right? Right? Like, look, there's your level. I will be in here right? And I can do this all day long. I can scalp 100, 200, 300, 100, 200, 300, 100, 200, and 300 until I go, you know what? You just need to leave. But you can do it all day, right?
I was gonna say I made my money, so that Tesla call I just bought was for next week, just so I wouldn't sweat it.
Yeah, it's for free now, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing when you do that? So right here, right? I said this is long on Tesla. So as long as this stays above 269.19, I will long it. If it can't, I won't. And I can scalp this all day long, right? And when I'm doing it with, I'll do it with 500 shares. So when I'm doing this with 500 shares and I'm scalping it like that, and I make $100 to $300 every time I click go, it adds up a lot. Right here, you see this? This is now I'd short it, right? Now it wants to pull right here. Boom, and it makes that little bit of move. There's $100. Then it comes back up, and if it breaks 269.19, I jump in it. Boom, there's $100. I can do this constantly.
And interestingly enough, when putting it all together, I remember when Coach was talking to Jimmy, Coach would say, well, we all know the coach says don't cherry pick your EWOs, right? That you may miss out on that upside. In a way, what he was teaching Jimmy is don't cherry pick your calls on support, puts on resistance, because one of those trades, it's not going to hit resistance and it's going to continue to go up, and that's when your scalp turns into something beautiful. So that's the trade. If you want to be a scalper, Vinny, do it that way. That's going to be your highest likelihood of success, biggest bang for the buck, and you don't have to sit in on it very long. If you want to do the EWO, do the EWO and look for the crossover as a confirmation of a well played trade.
And get in at the proper
So
entry.
what if you're in a scalp and it takes off in your favor? Do you get out?
Then that's good. No, you don't get out.
No, that's what he was just saying. If you're in it and it takes off, then you stay in it.
Right. So by the way, when it goes up and down, it's looking for direction. And one of these days,
Danny.
so if you only did calls in that world and they found direction to the downside, then you missed out on that opportunity. So if you're going to scalp that way, you have to play calls on support, puts on resistance. And by the way, even if you're making $50, you don't care because you're in it, and you're in it for that possibility that it's going to finally break out in a direction.
Right.
So anyway, I hope that this is taken in the most constructive way, because I think the world of you. I think you're doing great. But I'm also, we moderators have to kind of think of the entire room, right? And Coach is always reminding us that at any given point, there are new people that are coming on this train, and they need to know the coach way, and we should be as specific as possible to make sure that these people understand, the optimal way to trade whatever strategy you pick.
That's right. So in other words, he's saying that you're doing really good, right? But we want to train the 2-minute EWO crossovers ain't the signal. You don't need to call it out. If we calling out stocks during the day, we just need to call if it's making the EWO or something to do with the stocks. We don't have to be like, Dawn, it's a crossover. We don't have to be like, Dawn, I'm going in with 2 contracts. Let's get up in this, because the reason why traders hear that, right? The new one.
Well,
and they hear you say that, and they get in too, and they get their face ripped off, right? And it's on them. It is. But we want to train them the right way, Vinny. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
You got like one of those voices that is real influential, right? And then if you say something, you're already in the trade. Like, we're trying to help traders. We want them to learn the real way of getting into the trade. The crossover is already too late, so it's pointless to call it out. That's right. Basically what we're trying to say.
The other thing is the combination of you calling out the crossover and then kind of pointing it out to a moderator, Don, adds a lot more credence to what you're saying, and again influences people. And calling that out as kind of an aside to Don, I think has been kind of a repetitive pattern that is causing people to make some mistakes, and we don't want that to happen.
Yes. That's what it boils down to. Your trading is your trading. All your trades been green. You've been doing good. You, Vinny, you've been doing good. But these new traders, they're here. The crossover is happening right now. Everybody get in. You're not coach. Coach may say everybody get in, right? That's what he do.
I
That's
don't tell
coach.
nobody
Coach
getting.
been trading 32. I know you haven't been trading. Listen, we know you haven't been telling nobody to get in, Vinny, because nobody tells people to get in. But if you come on with the influential voice that you have, you know, it's like a cool thing. This is a compliment right here. Everybody want to be like Vinny, right? But they get in and it's too late. They not getting in on the signal. We want them to get in on the EWO signal. All right.
I think we've beaten the horse.
Yeah.
That horse is dead.
Vinny,
right.
You're a great trader. I think you're going to be even greater if you call out what you are. If you're a scalper, you raise your hand. I want to be a scalper. Then we just learned from that video how to be a scalper. If you want to be an EWO trader, and I would argue that most new traders, if you're listening, coaches EWO trading plus the VIP membership where you have access to this fantastic trading view indicator will make you much more money than if you just went it alone. And so everybody's got their choice on what kind of trader that they want to be. And I'm not here to tell you which one you want to be, but I would argue that if you're a beginner, and I know that you're not a beginner, Vinny, but if you are a beginner and you're listening to this or watching this on the YouTubes, march right over to ET Trading, view that video that Don just showed, and view it again, and then again, and then again, and again, and it will make you a far better trader.
Yep.
Okay, with that, I've got to head out.
All right.
All right. Thank you for coming through, brother. Appreciate you.
All good, man. I tell you what. Hopefully the market will be good tomorrow. We are always hoping for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't looking forward to it, Ted.
It's a great
I'm
thing
not
about
looking forward to it. I can't get hyped up about this market. I can't. I'm sorry.
I tell you what. I mean, just for anybody that's interested, be very careful tomorrow because Cadence Design Systems reported lackluster numbers, and Cadence is part of that whole AI ecosystem. I could see a case being made that NVIDIA might get a little bit
sympathetic,
higher sympathetic to Cadence. Until we hear from
we have
NVIDIA,
a speaker this week too. Don't we have a speaker this week?
Yeah, we got a speaker every week.
It's something every week, right?
They just won't shut up
this week.
Yeah, every week.
Anyway, what was great about today, Don, great about the session today is that latter session on scalping. You're going to, I'm afraid to say it, but you're going to find that people are probably going to be successful in these stocks on that because the volatility, you saw it with SMCI today, right? Up and down, up and down. Hard to make money on an EWO in an up and down world, right? So
right. I'm going to put that video in the chat.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Both of them were good. Thank you for finding all that.
You're welcome.
You're like Daredevil.
Tip jar is available.
Like Daredevil. You may not have the eyes, but you know where it is.
Thank you for the tips, by the way, to the people that tipped. I appreciate you so much.
All right, guys.
All right.
You guys have a good night, brother.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go and find that. That was...
Somebody got a vacuum cleaner on. Who vacuuming? Victoriano? So who just turned it off? Who turned off their mic? That's who vacuum cleaning.
No, I have a bunch of kids playing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what you been up to, Victoriano? How your trades went? I didn't hear from you. You ain't even doing good? Successful? Huh? What's been happening?
It's been a roller coaster for the past.
You can say that again, friend. It have been a roller coaster. It have, haven't it?
Correct. I say about 3 weeks ago, I believe we were talking in the group that the market has changed once again, like the way the market is moving.
It's different.
It's just different.
It
And
is.
it's like the big institutions,
Mhm.
they've been studying the way the retail traders are moving their stocks.
Mhm.
So it's like they're throwing deceiving little
It's frustrating, right? It is.
yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
you see the signs that they're moving that way, but at the same time they're actually going the opposite. They just want to. It's like moving cattle,
Mhm.
moving the cattle that way while they move to the opposite side.
Yep.
So that's my mind is just thinking that way, always the opposite. I don't know if this makes sense to any of you, but I always think, why would they want me to go this route?
Mhm.
You know,
No, it make a lot of sense.
it's like walking into a store. Hold on.
Makes a lot.
It's like walking into a store and all I see is clearance, sales.
Mhm.
The first thing I ask myself, why would they want me to buy the product that they want that is on sale? Must be overstock, must be uh,
A trap.
little default, any recall, whatever. So that's me being doubtful about it. So I'm trying to get my mind to synchronize with how the movement of the market.
This is really
Right.
good. This is really good, Don, because Victoriano, you're right? So Coach was given a master class not too long ago. I don't know if it was during a regular day, but all you have to do is look at a SPY chart, right? At the beginning of the year, not at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the month. You got like one of the biggest red candles SPY ever made. And then it came back up, tried to go over, couldn't do it. It came back down, another big candle, right? This next one that you saw was bigger than that. So that right there let you know that, okay, we don't know if the bull trend is over, but what's happening right now? Right now, we just got a lower low. We came back up. We tried to go up again, couldn't do it. It came back down. Now we got a lower low. We just got a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. What is that? That's downtrend. So the market is down right now, right? We don't know if it's going to continue to drop. I heard somebody say, oh, y'all shouldn't be saying it's a bull market because you just going to scare people. Family, we ain't never scared. Okay, we're going to let this price show us where it's going, and then we're going to get
And
in
we'll
on the
follow
EWO.
accordingly.
That's it. We're going to get in on the EWO. If it's going down, we're going to trade down EWOs. It ain't no reason to be scared. Like, listen, first, everybody is a good trader whenever the trend is in the bull market. Now that the market done started turning sideways, you get a little trapped up, right? Ted was talking about it earlier. Right now, I don't know if I want to just be holding them. I gotta get in, get up, get out, right? It's a sideways market. And so until price make another high, right, the buys ain't working no more, right? They're gonna work on some days, but we don't worry about all that, right? We're just gonna go with the momentum. We ain't gonna sit here and think about, oh, is it gonna go up? No, whenever the day start, we get in
Trade
on
the
the
trade.
EWO
It's in
and
front of
trade
you.
the trade. That's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do, right? And
Yes.
I understand what you're saying because it do seem like people trying to line you up, but I'm telling you, just get in on the
Okay.
EWO and you'll be fine. Yep.
I thank you. I thought I was just crazy. But
No, you're
anyways,
You're
not
not.
crazy. No, you're
No,
not
you're
crazy. The
not.
market's definitely changed. It's going sideways. And either
Yes.
you learn how to scalp and do some channel trading, or you perfect your EWO skills. It's one or the other.
That's
You know what
it.
I mean? That's the only two things because either way, if you perfect both of those skills, you're going to be covered either way.
Mm-hmm.
So the coach has got a ton of videos on them. I just put the I just put the scalping video down there and the 5-star trade down there. Take a minute and watch those videos a few times. They will help
Yep.
you. Look up all the EWO videos. They will help you. So, and here's the thing. Furthermore, Ted had no experience. All of us had most except for Vinny had no experience.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, with us being
I knew. I'm new to
Right.
options.
With us being in the VIP program, that's how we learned what to do. That's what created the confidence for us to be able to trade the way that we trade and to know the things that we know. So if you can have the wherewithal and you can afford it, you definitely need to go over to American Dream. And it's not just a sales pitch. It's we know these things because that he's that good of a teacher. So but you got to be in the VIP program to be able to get that teaching, because that's where he goes into in depth into his coaching. The videos that we're watching that you're seeing, that's what we're getting live on a daily basis. He's pulling up trades that are happening right then and there and showing us what we need to be looking at right then and there live with us. You'll hear us respond to him on those videos. That's because Carter's taking videos from our sessions. You know what I mean? And creating them. So that's the type of training you'll get. And imagine, it's cool when you sit back and watch the video, but imagine being in the room and being able to say, hey, coach, can you hold up for a minute? What did you mean when you said, having him right there, not just us talking about it after the fact, having coach right there to be able to stop him and say, okay, I'm not understanding. What did you mean by that? That is invaluable, because at the end of the day, I mean, Vinny, didn't you take out a loan to get back in the VIP? Was it worth
Yes, I did.
That's what I'm talking about. So
and then I found the master workshop classes inside there, and I started watching them one by one, and I'd watch them 2 or 3 times just to ensure that I would get what he's putting out.
Anybody should go into debt, but think about it. If you invest, it's not going into debt if you're investing in yourself, and that's what you're doing. You're investing in yourself and in your future. So if you're putting a foundation, it's going to create financial freedom in the future. What is $2,500 to you today? If you're going to be able to make that in a day just by simply getting in the VIP plan and actually following the rules and learning. $25 is going to seem like it seems like a lot now because your mind isn't expanded there. You got to expand it. You got to get in there and invest in yourself, whatever way you have to find to do that. Because once you have it down, you're golden. You're on your way to being a millionaire like Nate. And I hate to sound like I'm painting a fairy tale, but how do you think Nate did it? Nate, it was no particular trading genius. He got in, he learned from coach. He got the training that coach is giving in the VIP room, and look where he's at. So if he can do it, you can do it. I can do it. Ralph can do it. Everybody can do it.
Yeah.
So it's worth it. That's the best I can say about that. It is well worth it. I didn't know shit about trading, and now it's like I can in the room with anybody and I can understand what's going on. Yeah.
Plus, I didn't want to leave my family, and I didn't want to miss Ralph.
We missed you when you were gone, baby.
I'm gonna be at ADT. I ain't going nowhere.
You come for the monthly. You come for the monthly, and you stay for the family. So why not stay and learn?
That's it.
Right?
Why not stay and learn? And it's not about the money. The money will come. It's about getting in and getting the teaching. Like with the master class that was just given here with all of us with Vinny, that is the type of stuff that it's people helping people. We were taught by coach, Vinny was taught by coach, and we're correcting and helping each other get it right so that we can all at the end of the day do this thing right. So that's the kind of camaraderie we have in here. There's no paid actors. None of us are, no, there's none of that bullshit going on. We are all just legit people who are trying to.
Oh, we don't get a check for this?
Check is not in the mail, man. Check is not in the mail. But this is what we do. We help each other. Those of us that have an understanding, we help those that don't. So in any event, guys, it's been wonderful. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let you go be with your families. Thank you, Ralph, so much for coming up and joining me. Thank you.
Right,
Peace and blessings to you.
Benny. Love you, brother.
Thank you.
I'll see you
tomorrow.
Ralph.
What happened?
All right, Victoria.
I'll see you in the morning.
I'll see Victoriano in the morning. You come too late, Vinny. I'll be asleep by the time you come.
I was there at 5. I didn't hear you grumbling.
I had went to sleep by 5.
No, we'll see.
I have.
What'd you say, Victoriano?
I don't use the Cash App ever. So I think I used it trying to to send something, and anyhow, I just want to make sure you receive something from me.
Oh, you're sweet. Did you get that somebody sent to me for you?
Yeah, I didn't understand the whole text.
No, I think he sent you something. Yeah.
Are you?
I kicked some Morgan Freeman.
Does it begin with an F, Victoriano?
No.
I got two. I got one from Diesel Dan and one from F2K6. Thanks, both of you, by the way.
No, but he didn't use Cash App, though, did you?
Around 8 o'clock in the morning or 9.
Oh, it was earlier, he said.
Oh, today? Earlier? Yeah. Yes. Began with a J, right?
Yeah, I tried to send that on Thursday, but I think I pressed the wrong button. I didn't know what happened. Then I received a text on Saturday morning. I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't comprehend what it was. I went into Monday and...
Yep, I got it. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
You have no idea.
Be careful with that. You'll be getting a thank you card from a lady in Germany.
Okay, yeah.
You have no idea. That made my morning. That was needed. Thank you, man. Guys, everybody.
Tonight, Victoriano be in there early.
Really?
We be in there early.
I know. I come in, and sometimes if it's only a couple of y'all, usually it's you and him.
Yeah.
And James L. I think James L's been in there early.
I get in around 2:18.
Wow.
And sometimes I come in at around like midnight or 1. If ain't nobody in there, it'll cut me off, and then I just come back in. But I know Victoriano is there like 1 or 2.
2:18. I'm turning over saying, "Oh, I got another hour."
That's what time my sister started coming in, though.
I just can't sleep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm in pain, but anyways.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody have a good one. Peace and blessings to everybody down here in the chat. Thank you for coming and hanging out and offering your input bucket. All of you guys, Bubbles down there, Miguel, everybody down there. Chicken Nugget, Chicken Wrap, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same bad channel. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Our new mastermind series class, which is going to be June 5th at 4:30 Eastern. This is how to grow your small account part 2. You do not have to watch the first one to have the second one, but I highly recommend it because it is the basis and the foundation leading into part 2, which was how to grow your small account. It was $199 if you were able to buy that before the class. It's almost 2 hours. But it is a full 90-minute class with Q&A. You guys will be able to rewatch that as much as you want. If you did buy the first one, there is a discount code that you guys can use. I can't just blurt it out because it's only if you bought the first one. So head over to our Discord, look at the channel that is for the replay of that video, and you guys will see the actual discount code that is listed inside of there. You can find it in our store if you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Make sure you have a journal, electronic or handwritten, some sort of handwritten journal though. I'm telling you that's going to help you much more than trying to put this in an Excel spreadsheet. We want to put down the psychology of what you were doing in the trading. Was it good? Was it bad? What could you have done better? Did you get in at the right time? Did you shed? Which technique did you use? Why did you do it? You know, you want to hold yourself accountable every single day and journal.